Okay, greetings. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday night, the eve of the 15th. So, April 15th is around the corner. I don't feel a whole lot with the 15th. I felt something with the 12th, and sure enough, the New York meltdown occurred by design. So, welcome to this jam packed Delta Force hearing. This is your Delta Force headquarters. I just like to say that. So I think I've heard this from other people, but you don't hear about Delta Force at all. But I feel like they're connected to alien disclosure, alien cover up, whatever you want to call it. The black hats, the white hats, whatever it might be. But they're part of the underground bases and things like that. Basically, your black ops overall. And you wonder why you haven't heard it. I think they have a different name now, but we'll just call them that for now because they're called something else. But who cares? It's not. They have another name, but I don't think it's as interesting. It's not as cool. Like you could make a movie out of Delta Force, and they have. So that's the only ways I. That's the only reason I know about Delta Force because of the movie. But I have never seen it. I just know about it. If I see it, I'll probably fall asleep. But anyway, maybe I should take a look at it one day. So as I said, it's your alien disclosure. Your headquarters, or Delta Force headquarters. Your white hats headquarters. Now, the white hat situation is like the underground bases and all that we can't prove that are being taken down by the white hats. So far, a lot of that, it sounds neat on paper. It sounds real exciting, but you're not really seeing anything in our reality. We still have Biden, talking to a wall, thinking he's talking to people. He's being programmed with a robot. We have, nothing's really changing, really. So, but it sounds good though. The White Hats are winning. I mean, obviously somebody's doing something good because you know, because we don't have complete end of the world scenario here just in the movies. So, there is something good working, but it might not be as exciting as some might say. It's just to keep, I mean, we're allowed to speak about these things for now and so on. We're allowed to, but this whole white hat thing, I mean, it sounds fun. It's a good salesmanship, but that's about it. Okay, I'm looking at something here. Got distracted for a second. Okay, all right. Christina Grimmie. So she was shot here in Orlando. I'm not in Orlando, but she was shot in Orlando, and I went and visited the spot where she was shot. I felt her ghost roaming around. I did a healing energy. I don't know if she crossed over. I think she did. I think she's all right now, but I was going to go into a little bit of that. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't think I'm bullying her, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the astral realm and how it's manipulating. She got shot. I'll show a picture of her, but and why is I mean, I know this is real fragile. I gotta walk on eggshells here. Gotta be careful, but why does she get shot and all the other pop singers survive? Don't you think that's a little odd? I don't think their security is that good. So I know that's a little. I know, but either way, it's something going on in astral. So I'll go into her a little bit more, but I don't. She came up in my feed. I wasn't looking for her. She kind of showed up. So I don't know what I was looking for, but it wasn't her. And she just had her birthday, I think in March, I think it was. So I mean, she's just a young little tyke, but either way, she's I'm gonna go into a little bit more of that. I haven't talked about her in years. So, and South Africa had a attack, a harp type of UN flood out of nowhere, caused a lot of death, killed 300 people. So yeah, everything is. So if you want to move there, you might want to rethink that. I mean, yeah, the South Africa it has South Africa has a lot of good there, but it's not easy there either. That's where a lot of the elites live in places that are completely dangerous that nobody would go. Now they have protection. I mean, they have the Green Berets protecting. Anyway, they feel like they have protection of some kind. Obviously, the true elites are in astral. The true system here is unseen by us, but you never know. We might get lucky and bring some of them through, and we can all just have lunch together. Whether I'm not going to go into that. Who knows what they're eating, what they find and educational for themselves. Anyway, that's how I'm talking about prep sessions. I have a scheduler. We have a shop here. I'm still in March. If anybody's wondering, I think I'm on March 24th. So, hey, look, we're almost at March 24th. So yeah, I'm about a month behind. I'm trying not to be. Same situation here. Webinar Saturday and yesterday. I have Discord. I need to fix the links on my site to get to Discord. I haven't done that yet. And behind the scenes, I have other things too. And I have the secret space. I'm getting there. A secret space program. I've showed the site every day. Anyway, I have the secrets. It's in the link down below about It's in May 2nd to the 5th. So we're doing channelings there. I'm not sure if we're going to do a group channeling, but I'll be there in some form or another. So where do we go from here? So I'm just going to briefly see if I'm going to go into the right spot here. I think so. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Where is it? Delta Force. So Delta Force. Obviously, you don't hear about these guys. Notice how their faces are all blacked out. I'm surprised they're showing anything. But yeah, they're like basically black ops in some form or another. So these are the guys that go underground and all this stuff. So um, I don't know if they'll have underground bases. They're not going to have anything on Google. If they do, they're going to take it down. No, there's nothing. Whatever that is. Anyway, yeah, they're hiding a bunch of stuff, obviously. They definitely had a lot of alien encounters that they're not going to talk about. Oh, this is the Space Force. Well, I can see them part of the Space Force, actually, to a certain level. But we'll go back to the. They made a movie about it. Pretty awesome. Pretty exciting. Looks as cheesy as hell. That's the only reason, I don't know if there's any secrets in this. Probably not. It just looks funny. Anyway, but yeah, they definitely had alien. They're covering up a lot of alien stuff. I do feel spacecraft energies connected to them too. So I feel like they're actually burying spacecrafts, alien stuff. So that's pretty but I really believe these are the guys that now I don't think you're not gonna hear from these guys. I don't think you can. Yeah, they're really deep in the black, like black ops. I mean, yeah, they might show up for parades and stuff, I guess. I'm not sure what that's about. But I think for the most part they're off the grid completely. It doesn't mean I don't think they deal with aliens all the time. Uh some do. Some some do. I do feel some do deal with the alien situation. So that would be like let's see, was it close encounters? I would say it's Yeah, maybe not like this, obviously, but they definitely. I think they do have like they go to a mountain in the middle of nowhere somewhere and talk to an alien. I can feel that happening. I mean, realize nothing can be around, and they make sure there's nobody peeking in. I Yeah. Now South Africa, I feel like they do a lot of that too. There is plenty of places around the world where they can do it where there's nobody around. So, and I think they have their reasons for connecting to aliens on a public level. They just have their reasons for it. Uh, you know, feels like a lot of the Delta Force people have been mind controlled in a lot of ways, but it's just it's an alien war. Yeah, this I don't know about this. I'm not going to the SSP stuff because that's not. But it's just more stuff that's hidden here, like in Africa. Africa is a strong place. I do feel parts of British Columbia actually, but it has to be in the middle of nowhere. Parts of Canada where there's nothing. I mean, nobody. They come in, then they leave. Parts of Alaska, I feel. Um, I do feel like a type of teleportation technology they have. I don't think they really use it, but they do find alien artifacts that can really mess with people. At least that's the feeling I'm getting from them. So Delta Force is I mean, who knows? It might be our whistleblowers that come on and say, "Oh, look at me! I talked to an alien. Yippee! We're on it. Yeah, right." Who knows? Now, if it's an old guy about to die, I can believe that. Or some guy that's like, we have to have some kind of proof or something, or just new information in general. Because they have those NDAs and all that, and whatever they sign a contract, they can't say anything until they're like nearly dead or something like that. So, but yeah, I don't know if any of these guys are gonna. I mean, it feels like a lot of these guys, their minds aren't exactly working correctly anymore. Some of them are kind of robotic. They're not really themselves. They kind of gave themselves. I mean, some of them can remember stuff, but they're so wired into this situation, they can't think right like a normal person. So, and why would you disclose it? I don't think they would feel like for alien disclosure, why would you disclose it? It's like, I mean, yeah, that might help people, but it's like, what is that going to do for? I don't know. It all depends on the person. Like some of them feel like, why bother? Is what I get from that. It's like, what's the point to have a family, even if they're old? It's like I still have a family. I want to jeopardize them and all that, but some of them they just keep quiet. Yeah, it feels like probably for financial reasons. Um, just because their family is what I'm feeling, and I know you've probably heard that many times, but it feels like that's one of the main reasons why I don't talk. I just take it to the grave. Um, for reasons. Yeah, it's just that they go through a lot of stuff. Like I said, I feel like their minds get wired in, and they're just not the same anymore. It's like they're just, and they feel like they become so numb of these connected to alien beings. They're just not normal anymore. So do these guys teleport and all that? I feel like they did find teleportation technology. Now I can't tell if they use it or not. They possibly. It's not clear. It feels like a lot of them just stay away from that stuff. So Delta Force is also kind of like a Men in Black. Also, so the reason I'm bringing this up for other people to tap in, I'm just opening this doorway for others to see what they're feeling. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of blockages on this. See, I believe through the army, like the Delta Force group, this is where the alien tech it like comes through like the aliens to these guys to like Lockheed Martin or Boeing. It feels like it mostly goes to Lockheed Martin. Stuff like that. I think they're trying to keep alien technology from the Russians, is what I get here, because they don't want the Russians using it against them. And if okay, so if I go fourth dimension on this a little bit, yeah, they can create. I know it sounds. I mean, this is alien stuff, right? I mean, I'm trying to talk about stuff that I can, on an emotional level, prove, maybe not prove physically, but I'm trying to go to a level here where you can like tap into it and just feel the vibrations of it, not get too out there. But if I had to go out there a little bit, they do somewhere, somehow they create like a pocket reality where they can move among dimensions and be unseen. Now, how does that work? I don't know. I'm feeling that from what's going on here. So I guess that's SSP. It's a certain level. It's not clear on that, but yeah, it's like they work in another dimension outside of our dimension where they can do all this, and that's where the aliens are basically. Now, do they see aliens? They might here and there see them, but I don't think that's why they're doing it. It's like a cloak, and that is definitely alien technology that you're using. Now, that's like extreme black ops. There is what I see there. He used a lot of it in Africa. Apparently, there's a lot of alien tech in Africa. Like I say, when they find a spaceship that's ancient, I would say Africa is one of the places they find it, especially Ethiopia. Ethiopia, they had a lot of something. Let's see, Ethiopia. Yeah, something's going on in Ethiopia, like in the desert area. Of course, you have that Ethiopia, or is that somewhere else? Eh, I feel like in the desert area of Ethiopia is what I'm getting. Yeah, somewhere like where nobody goes, basically, except for those camels. Yeah, they found alien tech ships and things like that. They're not going to tell us about that. I mean, most of us live in a city, and if you do live out in the middle of nowhere, you're not living by I don't know if you live by an alien base or like a military base that would even matter. But a lot of these military bases, for sure, some of them anywhere is of Delta Force energy. I don't know. Military base. I'm not sure if I want to find anything on this. No, nothing. Fort Bragg. Forget what that's at. Is it what? Fort Bragg. I'm not sure where that's at. Fort Bragg. Okay, North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah. So Fort Bragg. I think it's some people that I know live around. I think I connected this stuff before. It's been a while, but yeah, I can see Fort Bragg. Some of these military bases, you know, maybe not here. Well, yeah, here if they can fly a helicopter in here. It feels like when they fly into these places, the military bases, some do have some kind of alien tech or something that nobody else on the military base knows about. Like they found something somewhere. A lot of it's happening Africa, but also Iraq, which another place we'll never know. But they had the occupation, all that there for a reason. They definitely were looking for something or many things, and they're still there. That hasn't gone away. But there's still a lot of military presence there that was eerie. And a lot of people would go there for vacation purposes. So it seems like they're still looking for stuff there. I don't know what. Magic powers, magic rings, or something. It's a possibility. Any alien tech, whatever it might be. I mean, just because the Nazis are looking for a bunch of stuff in the past. Um, you know, they're looking for artifacts, right? You think that's ended? That's still going on. It might not be when the Nazis are still in power in some form, but the military is doing it now. They're just keeping it really quiet. And of course, Afghanistan is another place out in the middle of nowhere. What the hell's Afghanistan? I forget. Yeah, just a little jump over there. Yeah, Afghanistan out in the middle of the desert areas. Kabul, I think Kabul is like a city though, right? Even here in Cabal, they still do out in the desert areas. They're hiding. They're doing some kind of experiment. Nobody in their right mind would know what the hell they're doing. They're definitely doing stuff out here for sure. I don't know what they're doing, but it is still has military presence there though. To go into another one is of course Africa feels like it's still the hotbed. Yemen, you don't hear about Yemen, definitely Yemen also artifacts. They're still looking for stuff, and of course you don't hear about the war that's going on there. So, and I feel like the war there is artificial. I mean, it's created obviously uh, for people not to go there. So Yemen has a lot of, right, but I feel also Africa. It's not making itself clear exactly where for obvious reasons, but it's all through Africa. There's artifacts that are looking for alien tech of some kind. There's probably more to it. And of course, out in the oceans, they're looking for things too. I mean, the Nazi energy is still going on, so it's just not 100% clear. We just either way, the Delta Force, these guys are still 100% still active, and yeah, museums, something about taking like what energy I get too is like they'll go to a what I feel like maybe some of the museum pieces that you see that are ancient might not be real. Like they've been switched out with something fake. But of course, you know, nobody at the museum would know that. At least it's the energy I'm feeling from it. I don't know what that would be exactly. It does feel like Babylonian. So yeah, a lot of our history is hidden for obvious reasons. So anyway, of course you have the white hats and the military bases and all of that. I'm not 100% bought on all that. I think it's just another psyop. I mean, yeah, there's good things going on, of course, but I'm not going to go into that too much. So the Christina Grimmie energy, I wanted to go into a little bit. So I think she does have some elite past, a little bit, but not. So she didn't sell out. So it's kind of spooky to even have that online. But I think that's why she got taken out. I think she could have been protected. She didn't sell out astrally or something like that, so she was sacrificed. So, so she does have some elite background, it feels like, but it's all done astrally. I figured she wasn't. I mean, she got to. I mean, she got to a high level, so she must have some kind of elite background of some kind, but not to the level where she would sell herself out. So yeah, I can only imagine what they're. I mean, like Justin Bieber's pretty much history mentally, but he's okay though. Well, not mentally, but he's safe. But what makes her so different than everybody else? So there's something else going on with that. Yeah, it's pretty shady overall. Of course, the South Africa had the floods. Of course, there you go. See something of it. Yeah, it's pretty messed up there. Yeah, flash flood out of nowhere, basically. Just a big storm and just crippled the place. It feels like they're testing weather manipulation. It doesn't mean they're going to use it on everybody, but I feel like some that knew this was coming and found a high ground or some other ground, but there's definitely some other weather. I mean, this storm. I mean, obviously they say it's just Mother Nature, but I don't know. This is a little bit more. I mean, a storm is one thing, but when it's like crippling half the country, like way this did, this is a little bit more. I don't think normal. I mean, there's going to be storms, but not like this. Yeah, they're definitely messing around. They're also using some kind of sound technology. I mean, it feels like it's a warning. Also, I get from this, like they're warning other people. It's like don't mess with us, kind of thing. Which is kind of messed up. But I also feel that, like, something like this, I feel the moon, like, obviously, we're not on the moon to prove anything, but it feels like those doing this stuff is on the moon. Isn't that lovely? I wouldn't be I mean, there's no way to prove anything, but I get a moon manipulation there, meaning like technology from the moon or some kind of. It's definitely Harp and all that stuff. Definitely is real. There's certain lasers into was it California setting those fires. Yeah. Now it doesn't mean this is going to happen now. Obviously, they can do this worldwide. They're not going to, but they probably could. I don't think they're that stupid. But yeah, I mean, why doesn't the aliens interfere with something like this? I don't think they. I mean, they can. Aliens can interfere with. Of course, we have to learn our lessons. But like with a nuclear bomb, obviously that can wipe us out. They have to, that's where they interfere. But something like this is something that we have to learn because part of it is that we have to learn about who's here. I mean, some people are gonna feel it's like this isn't normal, but the rest of the population, just like the getting the shot, they just go with it. Oh, weather's horrible and all that, and then that's. Let's see what else. Let me go back to this for a second. So get rid of that. So yeah, I just want to go back to Christina. So I think I'm kind of repeating myself a little bit, but yeah, I feel like she does have some kind of elitist energy to get to where she was. Um, it's like she pulled back too, because I feel like she was on The Voice. I think she could have been number one. But I hear her sing; it sounds really good. Of course, her songs aren't the best. Of course, she's singing other people's stuff, but her songwriting is something. Anyway, everybody can improve. But I feel like she could have been number one, but she chose not to. Because it's like winning the lottery. It's like you can kind of sell yourself out. So she didn't sell. I don't think she sold herself out here. Because she got, I believe it was third place. But but she didn't. She could have sold herself out other ways, and she should have said no. Is what I get there. So all this is dark entity plan. For her to be attacked and all that, and it's pretty messed up. It's grisly, but it's like if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere with these people. So obviously, it shows you the astral protection on those that sell themselves out and those that don't. So it's a strange. Yeah, we're not going to ever really know the full details of it. But as we go more astrally, we start to understand how this all kind of comes together. We get our different versions of it, but it's still kind of I can go to the music industry and talk about how wonderful it is. God, it's so bad. What happened to the old music, man? That's like mind control music. That's all it is these days. um, let's see maybe I'll go back and see that again. I'll go back to the aliens stuff. Really for so yeah the let's see Delta Force base. Um, well, the vibe I'm getting though here is not there. What was it? Yeah, Edwards Air Force Base. That's like the alien, like one of the alien. There's probably others, obviously, but this is still a pretty big hub. I feel like with Delta Force, they do land into Edwards with something that they found somewhere else that was not human or not from our world. So yeah, just and Area 51, of course. Is that Edwards? Jeez, interesting. Of course, Area 51. At least the vibe I'm getting from this, for those that want to know, um, yeah, they bring some of that alien tech goes there. Like they do experiments and stuff like that. Of course, they have Dulce, but a lot of it's going into Area 50, and they shift the energies of Area 51, meaning that the reality around that they mess with it. Like if you go in the desert, like if people start seeing things, stuff like that. Like you're in the desert, and you're like, you know, you just start to see mirages and stuff like that. Yeah, they do that around Area 51. I feel it. It's. I mean, they have extraterrestrial. All this. Like, and they say there's nothing there, and this is all just a psyop. No, I believe there's actually definitely something there for sure. I mean, if there was nothing there, when they're making that movie, Independence Day, the Air Force pulled out because they're talking about Area 51. The Air Force wouldn't work with the movie anymore. So why would they do that? If there's nothing there, why would you care? So there's something going on there, for sure. Something else. Something else. Of course, I forgot. Oh, what was it? Oh well, I can't remember. Yeah. So, but yeah, Delta Force definitely brings something here to Area 51 that's kind of messed up, whatever it might be. That's Of course you have Dulce, the underground bases. Let's see here. Yeah. Of course you have the cloning facility. That's not it. Didn't they have like a picture of cloning? This. Which I can definitely see that as being real. I don't know if it's real, but I can definitely see it as being real. Yeah, Dulce is not like that. I think it's a lot bigger. It goes on and on for it feels like. So to get to Dulce, you gotta be you have to be really up there in classification. Like you gotta be at the top. Like the guys that are actually running the show. I mean, obviously we'll never really know the full story on that, but Dulce seems like I mean, Area 51 is top secret, yeah, but it feels like Dulce is worse. It's higher for some reason. It's just because they're doing ungodly things there. It feels like they are putting human DNA and animal DNA there. I can definitely feel that there. It's definitely deep underground. I mean, they have some rumors about it. Why would they have rumors about a place where there's nothing? Of course, you have Philip Schneider also. That's that's about that right. And Dulce. Yeah. And he just happens to die. He's doing these conversations, and he comes independently, conveniently dead. So that's what I mean. Some of these whistleblowers are saying that they're whistleblowers, but they're still alive. You didn't survive. That's usually how it works. You whistleblow, you're gone the next couple of weeks or months or whatever it might be. So and his was around Dulce. So there's definitely something to Dulce. Obviously, proving it's another story. I mean, that's high end stuff there. Yeah, it's like really dark, obviously dark ETs. The human abduction energy is obviously there. Cloning is like we don't care about God or we are God or something like that. Obviously their clones fail a lot. Look at Biden, he fails all the time. Yeah, you think they would get like a better version of Biden, but I don't think they care at this point. Yeah, it's like they're making some kind of point. I don't think we'll ever really know the full story on that. But it feels like with Biden, they're just, you know, I mean, yeah, it's helping people with disclosure, but he's still screwing us over. So, you know, yeah, it's not a good show here. But with Philip Schneider, I mean, this is this is your definite whistleblower. You talk and then you're gone. There's other whistleblowers, deep state, even SSP, they're still alive. So that must be all old information. Because you talk about anything new, your history. It has to. I mean, this SSP stuff has to be all just old fashioned. They don't care about it. I mean, it's still relevant. I mean, for your own healing. But if it's anything right now, you're just history. Unless you have like a lot of health problems, but still, is that worth it? So anyway, but yeah, the Delta Force energies. I don't feel like these guys are ever gonna really come clean about what they see. I believe they see a lot of weird stuff. Did they see beings come from other planets, like or people from other worlds? It's possible. Like, you go to some weird place and a portal opens from another planet or Mars. Delta Force on Mars. I can definitely feel Delta Force going on Mars. Of course, that's another whole. I mean, who knows? I mean, I can definitely feel there's a possibility of them having a way to getting there. But that's where you get kind of shady. Is like there's no way to prove any. Obviously, there's no way to prove any of this, but um, I can definitely see them going to some kind of galactic side of them going to other worlds in some form. At least a version of them. It might not be as exciting as people might think it is, but something's up. Of course, it goes beyond Delta Force's other groups, but this is definitely one of them. Like you might have the public version of Delta Force, but then that's it's still a shadow, but it's not. You get like different levels where it gets more shadowy shadow. It goes different levels of more deeper and deeper into the black ops type of situation. So yeah. No, do they have like technologies for them to forget and all that? They do. I don't think they use them. They just, I don't know. I feel like these guys have just been through enough. They don't want to. It feels like some of them don't even want to whistleblow about it because they want to scare everybody. That's another part of it. So everybody's different. But it seems like these guys get pretty deep into all of this. So whatever is going on here. So anyway, all right. That's all we got for right now. So I just did that for other people to tap into, see what you feel on that. So all right, we'll just close her out. Yeah, obviously it's all in astral realm is where it's all being played out, and it's protected pretty well. But you never know. You never know what might come through. So all right, blessings.